And good Wednesday morning to you. I am still basking in the joy of having worshiped live with many of you this past Sabbath. It was such a blessing, even with the masks, even with the restrictions. It was just good to be together, and I'm looking forward to being able to continue that. Stay tuned. Things are apt to change from time to time as we see whether we still need to go with 2 services or what we're going to do, but we will work it all out together in the way that works best for all of you, keeping you safe and keeping us as much together as possible. We've been looking at the parables of Jesus, and I want to just switch tracks now for the next few devotionals, which I plan to continue to do for a while anyway, even though we are meeting together in person a bit. I want to look now at some of the miracles that Jesus did. And the first 3 in the sequence all have some similarity to them, but different in the way that Jesus handled them. Let's begin in the Gospel of John, chapter 4, and beginning with verse 43. Jesus has just been at the well with the Samaritan woman, and many of the Samaritan people responded well to what he did in his interactions with her. Then it says in verse 43, after 2 days he left for Galilee. He had already pointed out that a prophet has no honor in his own country. But when he arrived in Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him. They had seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the Passover festival because they had been there. And then once more, he visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine. And there was a certain royal official there whose son was sick in Capernaum. And when he heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee, he went that distance, more than 20 miles, walking to meet with Jesus to ask him to intervene in his son's illness. He was close to death, it says. And Jesus' response to him was, unless you people see signs and wonders, you won't believe. Well, this man wasn't just interested in signs and wonders. He genuinely believed that Jesus could heal his son. So it wasn't about seeing a miracle. It was about having Jesus do what he knew Jesus could do on behalf of his son. The royal official said, Sir, come down. Come down before my child dies. But Jesus didn't go down. Jesus just said, go. Your son's going to live. And the man took his word. I love that. He took his word and departed. And when he was on his way back, his servants came to meet him with the news that his son was doing fine now. And he asked, what time did this change take place? And when they told him, he knew that it was at the exact time that Jesus made the pronouncement, go, and your son will live. I love studying the miracles of Jesus because he heals in so many different ways. As we'll see in the next several devotionals, sometimes it's with a touch. Sometimes it's with putting mud on somebody's eyes. Sometimes it's with a word that's close by, a command. Sometimes it's with a distant word. But the results are always the same. The man took Jesus at his word and departed and went home with great expectation. Are we taking Jesus at his word? The things that he has promised to do for us today, tomorrow, and for eternity. Can we say, Lord, I believe. I will now go in peace. Think about it. Think about if there's anything you need to do and change in your relationship with the promises of Jesus. In the meantime, God bless.